Ooh, this guy says, I love you so much. You're my baby. We're going to be together forever. Right? He says that to his girlfriend, and she's so happy. She feels so good. But 1 week later, she sees him flirting with another girl, and she is heartbroken. She's heartbroken. In English, we have a saying, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. It's easy to say these things, right? You're so beautiful. I love you so much. We're going to be together forever. Well, talk is cheap. That's why we also have another saying, actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. Now, I want to ask you, do you agree with this? Do you agree with the saying, talk is cheap? Actions speak louder than words. Well, I don't agree with this. I don't actually agree with this, right? I think words are powerful. Okay, so talking is powerful. Words are powerful. Actually, I would say words are so powerful that they carry the power of life and death. They carry the power of life and death. You know, a lot of religions around the world believe that God spoke the world into existence. God spoke the universe into existence. Okay, in the very beginning of the Bible, the very first book is called Genesis. In Genesis chapter 1, it says, and God said, let there be light. And there was light. And then it says more things God said. Okay, now I read the first chapter of Genesis and I counted 10 times where it has this phrase. Okay, it says, and God said, let there be. Okay, God said, let there be the sun and the moon. God said, let there be plants and animals. God said, let there be hamburgers. No, he didn't say let there be hamburgers. I just made that up. Humans made hamburgers, right? God didn't make hamburgers. God made beef and other kinds of meat that we use to make hamburgers, right? I don't know. I just made it up, okay? So this phrase appears a lot in the Bible. God said something and then it happens. So, and then at the very end of the chapter, it says this, God created mankind in his own image. Okay, what does this mean? God created mankind. Well, this means that in some way, humans are like God. Okay, mankind means humans, people, right? So people in his own image, it means in some way, humans are like God. So that means, you know, if God can speak life, so can we. At least that's my idea. Maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong. Do you think this is true? If God can speak life with his words, so can we. Now, I want to say, if you know someone who is dying, speak words of life into them. Speak words of life into them. If you know someone who is sick or depressed or whatever, you can speak words that will actually give them life. Okay, like this. You're going to get better. Hey, you're going to get better. I'm with you. I'm going to stay with you until you're better. I'm here. I'm going to stay with you till you're better. You're going to get better. You're so strong. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. This hardship won't last forever. There's light at the end of the tunnel. There's light at the end of the tunnel. For a lot of people who are sick, especially people who have been sick for a long time, it's like they're in a tunnel. Everything is dark and they can't see any light. They're never going to get better. That's why you have to tell them that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe they lost all hope. Their hope is gone. That's why you need to give them hope. Say, hey, there's light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to get better. Okay. A lot of people say this: you look so sick. You're so weak. You're so skinny. You lost so much weight. You're going to die. This is speaking death into someone. That's not speaking life into them. So I think, in most cases, people say these kinds of things when they see someone who is sick. I mean, their intention is good, right? They want to give the person empathy, some empathy. But really, I don't think this is very good. If you say, oh, you're so sick, you look so weak, you're skinny, it's like saying you're going to die. Okay, don't speak words of death, speak words of life. Try to cheer them up, give them hope, right? So I would say talk is not cheap. Talk really can change people's lives. It's not cheap, right? When that guy said, I love you so much, you're my baby, right? She felt really good, right? So his words had power. His words had power, right? Even if he didn't mean them, maybe he knew he was going to cheat on her, right? But still, his words had power. But talk becomes cheap when there is no action. Talk becomes cheap when there is no action. There needs to be action, right? So I think there is a link between talk and action. There has to be. These two things always have to go together. Sometimes people pray and they say, oh God, help the poor people. Help them get food and money. And yeah, I mean, great. But they don't do anything. They don't do anything to help other people, right? So if there's no action, that's sort of cheap, right? Their prayers are cheap. So talk and action need to go together. Now, in my last lesson, I told you about the 5 love languages. Okay, if you haven't seen this lesson, I'll put a link to it somewhere here at the end of this video, so you can go watch that. Now, in that video, we took a look at a couple. Okay, that guy did lots of action, but no talk. Okay, he did lots of action, but no talk, and his wife divorced him. His wife divorced him because he did a lot of action, but no talk. She needed words. She needed to hear him say, I love you, you're beautiful, I value you, you're mine, right? So we could say action is cheap. In this case, action is cheap. So both words and actions can be cheap if they don't have each other, right? That link, talk and action need to be linked. They need to go hand in hand. That's what we say in English. Hand in hand. They need to go together. Okay, anyway, that's my idea. What do you think? Do you think that idea is good, or do you think I'm completely nuts? Let me know what you think down there in the comments, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.